Center court.
Alex, let's do this one. You want to do this one? So it can be part of the testing?
I'm sorry, what are we doing?
Do you want to do this one? Just to be part
Is this quarterfinal?
No, but just to be part of the
This is
testing.
quarterfinal, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, it's quarterfinal, yeah. Yes.
Yeah, we can do it. Okay, so I just need some info.
Okay.
I need I need a draw sheet with these guys' names if that's if we can do that. Is this hot? Is this open? Oh, okay. Is there a mute on here?
I got it.
You can still call score out of live if
No,
you
with
want.
it.
Huh?
Okay.
Yeah, like if you want to just like the officials do, you can.
Yeah, normally I play
Totally.
for the sets.
Oh,
the
for
games.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. You can do that too.
Let me know, and I'll mute the mic. Okay.
Oh, that's why. It's right under the table. Do you mind if I put that? Do you mind if I put that speaker on the stand over there? Okay, because the reverb is running through the. Is running through the deck.
We are about to start here now. Second score. City. Just 1 more minute.
Hey, Michelle.
So we'll see the band.
How much money we have left over money from yesterday, so we have to
Yeah,
come
let's-
up with a plan. The money's there, but no one ever
I think if the money's there and then
Oh, it's more
when we
money.
tell people that it's happening, you'll get the sign-ups. But
Yeah,
it's
I
just
know,
people
I
don't
know.
know.
But I still didn't have time to sit and with Google and figure it out how many teams we need in order to run it.
Got you.
Because right now there's only one team.
Okay.
That's it.
Got you. Are we good?
Yeah.
Do you have a picture?
Okay.
Oh. Here, take one of them.
Sit there.
Here. I can go with you too if you just need a headshot.
There.
Okay.
All right, well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Friday Action Live from the BT50 Ocean City, Maryland Beach Tennis Open. We are getting ready to start here. Alex Corner, the voice of beach tennis, bringing it to you live here from the beautiful boardwalk location here in Ocean City. Ocean City, Maryland Beach Tennis.
I can't have that coming.
We are getting ready to start here. Alex Corner, the voice of beach tennis, bringing it to you live here from the beautiful board. So we are underway here in this quarterfinal matchup here, BT50 Beach Tennis Maryland Open. David Sickman and Rafa Crespo. They're going to be taking on Vicente Brusadelli, the Chilean, and Ivan Olichowski from Argentina. This is Rafa serving it up. Chop block return back into the net. Love 30.
We can get a better one too if that didn't come out.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this for now.
Okay.
First game, first set, quarterfinal action here as Yvonne serves it up. That's the first point for David and Yvonne now.
Yvonne or Ivan? Yvonne.
Starting now.
And that was just a bit long, so early break opportunity here for Vicente and Yvonne. As Rafa looking to shake off some of those early match nerves. This is the first match for both of these teams, as both teams got a bye in the first round. So this is their first action here in Ocean City. A nice warm day, no wind. So nice conditions from the fact of the environment, the wind not factoring in, but you almost think as a player you want a little bit of breeze to kind of cool things off. It is a warm day here. Just past the 11 o'clock hour, Friday afternoon. This is the first of 2 BT50 events here in Ocean City this weekend. Down an early break now. Serve is going to switch over. Vicente going to be serving it up. And he starts it off in a big way. 15 love on a huge serve to start this game off. Vicente Brusadelli, 153rd ranked player in the world from Chile. As Sickman returns on the forehand side dish. Now taking it up high, pushing back to the baseline. This is a forehand side push there by Vicente. Now Ivan getting in on the action. Vicente back chop now over to Sickman. Sickman keeps it back in play. Sickman now taking it back to the baseline. Windmill put away there. Big shot there from Ivan. So looking sharp. It's only the second game, but these guys look like they are already primed and ready to go. As Sickman able to keep one back in play there, but here's a charging Ivan coming in to put it away, and they are looking sharp early in this match. It's going to take some adjustment here for Sickman and Rafa. Try to find their footing as the Chilean-Argentinian duo are starting off strong, and that one's going to sail out. Again, first match for both of these teams here. This is the round of the quarterfinal round, actually, in this BT50. Starting off with a quick 2 games to love, and they are certainly in control, have the momentum now. Let's see if David Sickman, the American, can try to stop this momentum. It's going to come down to his serve right here. 137th ranked player in the world from New York, USA. Back inside return there by Ivan. Now Vicente getting in on the action. Windmill chop down the middle. And there we go. Rafa and David on the board here for the first time in the game. 15 love. Important service hold here for Sickman. Already in 2 love hole. They're down. They went down a break off the first game. Nice exchange here on center on the backhand side. Chop from Ivan, and there's Rafa seeing the open space and exploiting it. Now they're starting to find their groove a little bit at 30 love. As Sickman serves it up, backhand side chop there, return, and that's going to be ball interference, so they're going to replay that one. That ball came in from another court, so they're going to replay that ball. As Davis serves it up, backhand return by Ivan. Now Ivan locking in from the baseline, able to keep it back in play. Windmill there by David to keep the ball back in. Rafa's hitting it up high. There's Ivan going in for the kill, but he just conservatively keeps it in, but David's able to keep the ball back in play there with a nice hand. Good hand battle here by both teams. Backhand side chopper by Ivan now taking it up high, and that one's going to sail long, and that was a great exchange there by Rafa and David Sickman. So down in a 2-game hole, but they have come alive here in the 3rd game, looking like they're in great position here to hold serve, which they needed to do because you don't want to go down love 3 the way that Ivan and Vicente started off this match. There's a service error there by David. They had one to give. (40-15). Serve up now on the backhand side, dish into the net, and so Dave and Rafa are on the board now, and they have pulled within 1 game here. First set action here early. You are watching the BT50 Ocean City, Maryland Beach Tennis Open. We are back in action here on center court. Men's quarterfinal 2024, the second annual Maryland Beach Tennis Open here from Ocean City. And a good one to start off this fourth game. First set, Vicente and Ivan leading 2-1, up 15-love here in this one. As the serve is up, Ivan coming in for the kill, and a beautiful put down, chip and charge there by Ivan. Argentinian player ranked 197 in the world. They are an unseeded team here in this tournament, but you wouldn't know it by the way they're playing. Back inside return there by Sickman. Now David, now a little chop block off the edge as Rafa goes in for a windmill put away, but puts it into the net. Can we get the score bug up? Big serve by Ivan, saved back in there by Sickman. Rafa's going to wisely let that one sail. Big serve, big return. Opportunity here for Ivan and Vicente to pull up to 3-1, try to extend that cushion to 2 games. Ball's up high, but Rafa going in for the quick kill, but nice save back there. Oh, and Vicente with the quick hands able to keep the ball in play off the Rafa smash. And Rafa chops it into the net, and just like that, it's a 2-game cushion, 3-1 here. Vicente and Ivan in control. So serve back now to Rafa. What can they do? Down in a 2-game hole here, first set, men's quarterfinal action. Serve chops off the top net, tape and sails wide. That takes us to love 15. As the serve is up and a service error there by Rafa. That's 2 in a row, love 30. Important at this juncture of the first set to maintain that composure. Don't get down on yourself too much. Still a lot of beach tennis left to play here, but you certainly don't want to waste a game and just hand it to the opponent, especially being down by 2. So here we go at love 30. Rafa serving it up. Serve up and in on forehand side return there by Ivan. Ivan tried to go in for the aggressive put away down the middle, but into the net. So there's a point back for David and Rafa, 15-30. As this serve is up, Ivan able to keep the ball back in play on the backhand side return. Dig, but there's Vicente. Now cross angle down in the sand goes Sickman. Sickman now back on his feet, going in for the kill. Friendly bounce off the net, dug out there by Ivan. Ivan now getting back up to his feet, able to stretch and get the ball back in play. Backhand side rip there by, and Ivan goes in for the kill. Save back by Sickman, and just inside. Baseline clipper. What a point of the match so far. And it's only the first round for these guys, folks. Can you believe it? What a point.
Keep them coming like that.
Break opportunity here for Vicente and Ivan. Looking so sharp here as Rafa serving it up. Thanks, brother. Serve up, backhand side return there by Ivan. Vicente now taking it up high. There's Rafa keeping the ball back in play. Oh, David Sickman with the quick hands, able to keep it back. David Sickman down into the sand, and somehow Ivan trying to make it look pretty. He was going for show points there. And unfortunately for him, into the net. Sometimes you got to just be functional and not be so pretty. Probably could have closed out the game there, but they did have a point to give. But I think if he could have that one back, he would have tried to just put that one home, extend his team's lead. But let's see what they can do here as Rafa serving it up. at 30-40. So here we go. Vicente pushing Rafa back, and Rafa sends one long, so that is a 4-1 lead here for Vicente and Ivan. Looking so strong here in set number 1. You are watching the men's quarterfinal action live from Ocean City, the 2024 Maryland Beach Tennis Open. But don't have it facing that way because it's going to hurt the players, yeah. Center court, we have got a 4-1 lead. Men's action in the quarterfinals. First match for both of these teams, the 2024 Maryland Beach Tennis Open live from Ocean City. Alex Warner, the voice of Beach Tennis, bringing in the action live here as we've got Vicente serving it up, leading 4-1. As the serve is up, and that serve is up and out, it's love 15. At love 15, serves up. Dave Sigmund able to keep the ball back in play on a nice return now, setting it up. Down the middle goes Vicente. Vicente now back to David on the forehand side dish, but answered back. Rafa getting in on the action now. Rafa, a little miscommunication there between Vicente and David, and they clash paddles. Giving point back, it's now 15-all. Serve is up, return back in there by Dave, and that one's going to sail wide. So Vicente gets a paddle on it, but chops it outside the Oceanside line. 15-30. And a flared serve there off the tip of the top of the paddle. Little misconnect there by Vicente, and just a little bit off his game, it looks like, in this one. This is the sixth game of this first set. Vicente Ivan holding a commanding 4-1 lead here. This is the best 2 out of 3 sets. If we go to a third set, it will be a 10-point super tiebreaker. We'll walk you through that one if we get there. And another flared serve, and it almost makes me think that Vicente is just trying to keep his friends in the 4 Green Fields tent over there a little awake. They look a little too comfortable. So uncharacteristic service game for Vicente gives essentially a freebie back to David and Rafa. So this will be Dave Sickman, the American, serving it up at 2-4, first set. Serve is up, backhand side return there by Vicente. Vicente taking it up high. Sickman now sending Ivan to the backcourt. Yes, and it clips the line on the overhead smash off the top tape, and a friendly bounce for Ivan and Vicente as it clips the line. David just shrugging his shoulder like, what do I have to do here?
Okay, so for all IGN players, we have consolation. So if you don't want to play, let us know. Otherwise,
Serve is up. Forehand return there by Ivan. Vicente, little chop down the center, diving into the sand. Back up on his feet is Sickman. Sickman, a friendly bounce off the net there by Vicente, but Sickman was able to get to it. Players continuing to exchange here as Rafa with the windmill. Ivan locking into it. Oh, somehow just digs one out of nowhere. Oh! And Rafa had the free put away, but he puts it into the net. And all of those intangible points so far are going the way of Ivan and Vicente.
11:30.
Unbelievable. Rafa frustrated. Dave Sickman just kind of giving a little smile here. He knows that the luck has not been on their side so far in this first set. Serve up. Tried to go shallow, getting stretched back is Dave. Now Ivan locking into it again, and with the overhead put away. He's not taking anything off of it. He's letting it all hang out there. Aggressive smash, and they are making a statement here in this first set. The Chilean-Argentinian duo, Ivan Olechowski, Vicente Brusadelli. 197th, 153rd players in the world. Remember, folks, this is a BT50 event. Right now in Saarlouis, Germany, there is a major, the Sand Series Classic, happening in Saarlouis, Germany. Some of the best players in the world. The top-ranked players are over there, but we still have amazing beach tennis action happening all over the world. And right here in Ocean City is a perfect example. Great to see events happening here in the United States. This is a relatively new one, only in its second year. The Maryland Beach Tennis Open here in Ocean City, a beautiful, beautiful location right in front of the Park Place Hotel on just what is a spectacular weather day here in Ocean City. 78 degrees, just before noon here. Ooh, these feel good, these little towel things. I like it. Little tingly, yeah.
Elena Branco, Lilian Ferreira. Madeleine Mortimer takes Ferreira. We're going to play for. Yeah.
Back in action here on center. Can Ivan and Vicente close out this first set? They have been dominant the entire way. Beautiful cross angle there by Vicente. Gives them a 15-love lead. They're 3 points away from claiming the first set. As Ivan serves it up. Return back in there by Sickman. That's a beautiful chip in charge. 1-2 punch. Ivan and Vicente relentless here in this first set. And I just have to say it, Rafa and David look outmatched right now, and that's not an insult by any means. Vicente and Ivan looking both aggressive and taking the chances, not playing scared by any means. Again, this is the first match of the tournament for both of these teams as they both had buys. As we're back in action, getting stretched back is Rafa and David Sickman with the cross angle there, catching the line. Finally, something that's going their way. They need the break. And that one went their way. Let's see if they can get a few more of those, climb back in this one. They are down in a huge hole, down 2-5 here in the first set. As the serve is up, backhand side return there by Sickman. Now Rafa diving down in the sand. Vicente stretching, able to keep the ball back in play. That one's going to sail wide, and that's a huge effort there. All right. Alex Corner, the Boys of Beach Tennis, bringing you the action live men's quarterfinals here in Ocean City, the first BT50 event of the weekend. It was all Vicente and Ivan in the first set, and they start off this set with a number 14 in the first set. Like they are All right, leading down 1-2 here. Ivan serving it up. And the errors continue for Ivan and Vicente as they had so much momentum in the match, but in beach tennis, how quickly it can turn. Love 15. As the serve is up, backhand return there by Rafa. Dave now taking it up high over to Vicente. Vicente getting in on the action, trying to push David back, but David's there to answer. And yes, over the head of Rafa, that one feathers inside. Ties us up at 15 all. Serve up. Forehand return there by Sickman. Now going up high, challenging Ivan. Ivan able to get there on the windmill. Now taking it up high to the baseline. Rafa took a chop at it, but into the net. 30-15. Service up with the forehand side return there by Rafa. David keeping the ball in action, and Ivan gets a paddle on it, but sends it way outside. Ties us up now at 30 all. Backhand side return there by Rafa. Rafa going in for the windmill. Looks like he got caught up in the sun maybe. Just couldn't quite get a connection there, but that takes us to game point here at 40-30. Ivan and Vicente trying to tie this second set up at 2 games apiece. As the serve is up, forward return there by Rafa. Rafa now chopping it back over to Vicente, pushing Sickman to the backcourt, but Sickman's able to get there. And another misconnect from Vicente and Ivan. We have seen that in this second set. Vicente's been having trouble with the serve. Ivan and Vicente both have had a few chop misconnects there with the paddle. We have a nice exchange here. A little backhand side dish by Rafa, and Vicente wisely calls his partner off that one as it sails long. So that is game for Vicente and Ivan, and they have tied up the second set at 2 games all, leading 1-0 here in this men's quarterfinal match. Fifth game of this second set. Shallow dropper there by Rafa. Dave's going to take it up high now on the backhand side flip, turning around, and Rafa making a huge statement right there with the overhead put away. Put a few extra RPMs into that one, smashing it home. Second set much closer than what we saw in the first. Both teams well settled in now, and Rafa and David looking much sharper than they were in the first. And for Ivan and Vicente, they've tailed off a little bit from that fast charge start that we saw in the first set, but it is a very close match here. Anybody's game here in the second. Rafa putting pressure as he closes into the net, sends one into the chest of Vicente. As the serve is up, backhand side return there by Vicente. There's Rafa. No, that one's going to sail long. He's putting himself in good position, but execution just slightly off on a few of those shots as that one sails well out. So the player's going to talk it over here, and Rafa at 30-15, serving it up. Serve up, backhand side return there by Yvonne. From the middle, touch exchange here. Sickman getting pushed to the backcourt. Yes, smart play there as Yvonne pushes Sickman to the backcourt and not enough time to get in. Vicente saw the open hole and he just feathered it right down there into the shallow court. Beautiful execution, smart play by Vicente and Yvonne. So break opportunity here now off the service error by Rafa. Gives Vicente and Yvonne an opportunity to go up 3-2 here in the second set. Serve is up, backhand side return there by Yvonne. And misconnect. Takes us to the golden point at 40-all. Next point wins the game. If you're new to beach tennis, there is no advantage in scoring like there is in tennis. So at 40-all, the next point wins. So somebody will win the game off this point here, and they will take the 3-2 lead in the second set. Serve up, backhand side return there by Yvonne. Yvonne now a little chop dropper down the center. His hands are back by Sickman. Sickman getting touched to the backcourt again. Yes, and once again, the smart play there by Vicente and Yvonne. And Rafa tried to call Sickman off the ball thinking it was going to be out. Sickman gets pushed back to the baseline and then opens up that forecourt. He just not quick enough to get in. And Vicente and Yvonne saw the open space and once again exploited it to take the 3-2 lead here in the second set. Already leading 1-0, and they have seized the momentum back here at the moment. You're watching live men's quarterfinal action from Ocean City, the 2024 Maryland Beach Tennis Open. So as we return here to center court, Vicente and Ivan have taken back the lead in the second set. They lead 3-2. Already up a set. Vying for an opportunity to move into the semifinals as the service return is out at 15 love. Return back in there by Sickman. Dug out there by Vicente. Backhand side dish back over to Sickman down the middle, but Vicente's there to flip it, and that one's going to just sail outside. 15 all. Backhand side return by Rafa into the net. 30-15. Serve in on the backhand, forehand side return there by Sickman. Sickman taking it up high. Ivan on the beautiful put down. Not putting more effort into it than really is necessary. Excellent control there by Ivan. He could have gone for more there, but just enough. He wanted to keep it controlled. Beautiful put down by Ivan. As the serve is up, back forehand side return. 360 spinner there by Ivan. Ivan to the backcourt, able to keep back in play. Now there's Vicente chopping in. Now back over to Sickman. Down in this hand goes Rafa. Oh! Ivan going in for the kill. This time puts a lot of effort into it and into the net. And sometimes, folks, that's why you want to just do just enough to keep the ball in play and keep that control. When you get a little too over-enthusiastic, you see what happens there. The service or the shot error into the net. Backhand side return. And they're just pushing Sickman too far wide. He goes down in the sand, but just out of reach. Vicente and Ivan, another game. They are 2 games away from advancing to the semifinals. And for David and Rafa, the time is now. They have a serve coming up. Nowhere to go but forward. They can't afford to drop a service break here. So they're going to talk it over. Sickman's going to be serving it up at 2-4, second set. Backhand return there by Ivan. Moving backwards is Vicente. Vicente back over to Sickman. Yes! And Ivan, I thought for a minute he might go back to Sickman, but no. Elects to challenge Rafa on the Oceanside line, and he does it to perfection. And another one that goes the way of Vicente and Ivan inside the baseline. And you have to feel that overall throughout the history of this match, the breaks have gone the way of Vicente and Ivan. Some of them are just the beach tennis gods doing what they do, and others they've earned it the hard way. Vicente gives one back right there. Ivan just kind of looking at him like, okay, well, that happened, but whatever. Still very much in control of this match so far at 15-30. Sickman serves it up over the forehand return by Vicente. Oh, getting out of the way is Vicente. Nice communication there by the teams, but that one's going to sail way outside. $30 all. As the serve's up, backhand side return there, locking in is Ivan. Ivan getting pushed back, but able to keep the ball back in play. Nice controlled style here from Vicente and Ivan, as that one's going to sail long, and it's a break opportunity here for Vicente and Ivan. They could be 1 game away after this point. Let's see what happens. Dave and Rafa talking it over. Break point here for the Argentinian-Chilean duo. Backhand side return by Vicente. Locking in is Ivan. Ivan again doesn't go for too much. And that one looked like it might have been going out, but Ivan, he elected to take it anyway and puts it into the net. It gives life for Dave and Rafa here at 40 all. Game point to somebody. Will it be another break? Or can Dave and Rafa hold serve and pull this match within 1? Biggest point of the match so far right here. as Dave serves it up. Forehand return, no! And a service return error by Yvonne, and that was huge because that could have been 5-2, and they would have been serving for the match. But instead, Sickman and Navas pull within one game in the second. It's 4-3 lead here for Vicente and Yvonne. But that was a crucial service hold there for Rafa and Dave. Let's see if they can capitalize on that and pull this match within, or tie it up at 4 in the second. Back in action here on center court. 4-3 lead here for Yvonne and Vicente. Oh! Yvonne going in for the huge put away. Made a statement there, especially after that last game where he chopped that return into the net, and he came out and said, not this time. Yvonne digging a hole, crater inside the center court as he puts that one home. He essentially ripped the felt off that ball with that put away. Do you think he was venting a little frustration after that last game? I think so. 15 love here is Yvonne. This time answered back here by Sickman. Going up high. Yeah, he had to commit to that at the last minute. That was going to fall in. And Yvonne, he just was moving around a bit too much there. Good job by Dave and Rafa to keep him in motion. Don't let him settle in. At 15 all, backhand side return there by Rafa. Now Dave going cross angle, getting Vicente into the act here. Back over to backhand side of Yvonne. Yvonne stepping in and taking that from the middle, off the right-hand side the way he should. Nice exchange from the middle here. Sickman gets in, crossing angle over to Vicente. Vicente answers back. Backhand side flip there by Yvonne. Yvonne for the windmill, put away. Down in the sand goes Rafa, and Yvonne makes that statement with the huge overhead smash. Gets tripped up in the second point and then comes back and makes a statement again. And I'll tell you, he has just been ramping up this entire match. He's showing you he's got another gear. He doesn't go to it all the time, but when he needs to go there and make a statement, he does. Ivan Olachowski, the Argentinian. Backhand side, there's Rafa going in for his own statement, and Rafa sneaks it inside. Where are we at? What's our score? 30s? 30 all. Serve in, backhand return there by Rafa, now taking it up high. Getting stretched back is Vicente, but he gets back in position. There's Rafa, nice controlled shot, not trying to do too much there. Wisely as we keep playing in the point. Sickman getting pushed back, will they exploit the forecourt? Now Sigmund gets back in there and holds the middle. There we go, and that's probably what they need to do more of. Just keep the ball in play, force Vicente and Ivan to make the error. If you just continue to keep them going, you have a chance. Don't try to match them shot for shot on power. Vicente and Ivan have been unbeatable in that regard. But if you just kind of cut them, you kill them with 1,000 paper cuts. That's really the strategy that Rafa and Dave may be looking at here. See if they can pull back even in the second set. Once again, Rafa was there in position. Oh, and this time it just sails. You thought for a moment that was going to go out, but just sails in. So now game point here for Vicente and Ivan. They have the opportunity to go up 5 games to 3. They would be 1 game away from advancing to the semifinals. Forehand return there by Rafa. Rafa chopping it over to Vicente, getting pushed back down the middle. Get back into position is Sigmund. Sigmund now locking in, taking it up high. Vicente's there. He's not trying to do too much with it. Just keep it back in play. Up high, trying to push David back once again, but David's not taking the bait. From the middle, there we go. That's what we were talking about. They're just kind of keeping the ball back in play. It's a cat and mouse game. Who's going to break first? As we got one of the longest points of the match here. David able to stretch and get the ball back in. Oh, David able to keep it back in play. David somehow able to keep it back from his knees. Backhand side return. Ivan chopping off the angle. Answered back in there by Rafa. Rafa now locking into it. On the windmill put away. Vicente's there. Oh! What a point here on center. The point of the tournament so far. All the players are dead right now. David Sigmund down in the sand, Rafa down in the sand, multiple exchanges on both sides. And I love what I'm seeing here, though. David and Rafa playing the cat and mouse game, not trying to close it too early. They're just trying to keep it in there, giving themselves chances. But Vicente and Ivan have done an excellent job of answering the call. And they take the game. 5 games to 3. They are 1 game away from advancing to the semifinals. The second set has looked way different than the first. It was all Vicente and Ivan in the first set, but Dave and Rafa have mounted a charge. They have mounted a challenge here in set number 2, but their time is running out. They have nowhere to go but forward. They are the raccoon backed into the corner, and you're poking it with a broom. There's nothing that's going to happen other than it's going to come charging forward with its claws. That's what Rafa and David need to do right now. Charge forward, scratching and biting. Want to welcome all of you who are watching from around the world on the stream, courtesy of I Do Beach Tennis. I'm Alex Corner, the voice of beach tennis, live from Ocean City, Maryland on a beautiful Friday afternoon. You've got men's quarterfinal action here with Rafa and Dave. Down 3-5 in the second set. They've got nowhere to go but forward here. Trying to stay alive. Rafa serving it up. Backhand return there by Ivan. Going up high. Stretching Vicente back. Vicente answers. Miscommunication. David thought Rafa was going to go for it on his forehand side, and he probably should have. That's really not David's shot. And we're going to chalk that one up. We're going to put that one on Rafa there. As Rafa should have stepped in that middle, taken that center on his forehand. And again, just miscommunication. That's what happens sometimes. But they don't have much room to give up here, as they are 3 points away from being out of this tournament. Forehand chipping and charging is Rafa. There's Sigmund for the windmill. Yes, and that time Rafa puts it home. 15 all. Serve up, backhand side return by Ivan. Now going up high, Ivan trying to put it away. Oh, that one might have gone out there, but saved back by Rafa. Rafa windmill, able to keep it back in play. They're really challenging him on that corner. Dave stepping in and taking this. Again, another cat and mouse game we got going on here. Who's going to bend first? And it's going to be Vicente going in for the corner put away, but that one's out. And I like the strategy. The question's going to be, can Dave and Rafa, do they have the energy to sustain long points like that one there, especially David Sickman? You watch him right now. He's bending over, definitely fatigued. The elements are getting to him. And again, this is the difference. Dave from New York. Definitely gets hot up there, but not the same kind of heat that you see in Florida and where some of these other guys are residing. Conditioning a huge part of beach tennis, especially at the pro level. Serving it up, chipping and charges his way in is Rafa. Rafa going in for the kill. And that's a beautiful execution there by Rafa. As you see the serve, moves in. Off the serve quickly, puts himself in position for the second shot and then the put away. That's textbook right there by Rafa. So looking good here to try and, again, trying to stay alive, pull within one. Backhand side return there by Ivan, and Rafa's going to sail along.
What's our score?
Ninth game of the second set. Rafa, David. Venezuela, USA combo here as Rafa serving it up. Trying to keep his team in the match. Trying to pull within one in the second set. Serve is up, forehand side return there by Vicente. Ivan down the middle, challenging, cross angle. Oh, it was not a bad idea there by David Sickman, but that one's just going to sail a bit outside. I like the idea of what he was trying to do. But that takes us to 40 all, golden point. Somebody's going to win the game off this point right now. Will it be a one-game set at 5-4? Or is it going to be all over? Break point, set point, match point for Vicente and Ivan. Rafa taking a little extra time with this one. He understands the gravity of this point. So here we go. Will they keep playing, or is the match going to be over? Serve is up. Ivan on the forehand side dish. There's Ivan going back down the center. David able to get to it. They're pushing David back. Now he gets back into position. Windmill over there by Rafa. It's out, and we're going to keep playing. Vicente and Ivan hit the ball out the baseline, and David and Rafa are still alive here in set number 2. 5-4 lead as we change sides. We have got a good one here in the second set. Men's quarterfinal action live from Ocean City, Maryland. The Maryland Beach Tennis Open 2024 edition. Oh, it got good here, and Dave and Rafa are going to keep going. Serves up on the forehand side return there. Getting in. This is Vicente and Ivan trying to close out this match. But not so fast as Rafa comes in and puts one home. Love 15 as they have seized the momentum, at least for the moment. Friendly bounce off the net, and Vicente. How many times over the course of this match have the net balls gone their way? Vicente says he'll take that one. He's had a few shaky service games in this match. We are tied up at 15 all. Serve in, backhand side return there by Sickman. Sickman now taking it up high, locking in. Yes, Ivan, he was in position. Harder shot though as you're moving. He was actually moving towards the boardwalk line. And it looks easy on stream, and you know, but it's not so easy, especially with the sun overhead. We're just after the noon hour, 12:25 p.m. here live in Ocean City. Electing to go up high now, try to use the sun with a lob serve. Trying to force Dave to look up into the sun there, and if net denies them once again. So some frustration then, the net not going their way. So can they close out the match here? Going in, electing going the lob serve again. Sun directly overhead. It's creating problems for the players. Taking it up high, windmill by Sickman. David now going back over to Vicente. Vicente not trying to do too much, just trying to keep the ball back in play. Who's going to break first here? Let's see what happens. Going in for the kill, and Rafa steps in and puts it home. What's our score? No. Oh, that was game? Yeah, that was game. So just like that, on the brink of elimination from the tournament, Dave and Rafa have climbed back in. As a test, should I test it with the live mic too to have it going, just see if it works for this last game? All right, let's just see if it works. If it's bad, you tell me. Can I have that microphone out there real quick? We're going to test this out and see if this works. All right, folks, things have gotten really dramatic here in center court. 5 games all in the second set. We're going to do a little live play-by-play action here for the audience in Ocean City. Rafa Navas, David Sickman, they were on the brink of elimination, but they have clawed their way back in to tie this second set at 5 games all. At love 15. Dave on the serve, answered back in. They're getting stretched back is Ivan, and Dave into the net. Love 30. Dave and Rafa talking it over down the love 30 again. They have clawed their way back in and made this second set dramatic. It was all Vicente and Ivan in set number 1. But the second set, a whole different story as this one gets forced up high. Reaching back in is Ivan, able to keep the ball back in play. Ivan stretched back once again off balance, but he's there. Oh, and Rafa puts it down with authority. Planting a landmine into the sand here on center court, 15-30. As Dave serves it up, back inside return there by Vicente. Ivan on the windmill, put away, puts that one into the net. We are tied at 30 all. Dave Sickman, the American, serving right now. They are down 1 set to love, but they have made it interesting here in the second. At 30 all and 5 games all. It couldn't get any closer here in set number 2. As it serves up, forehand return there by Ivan. Ivan getting stretched back to the corner. That one's going to sail wide. It's 30-40. It is break point for Ivan and Vicente, trying to take a 6 games to 5 lead here in the second set. In beach tennis, you got to win by 2, so nobody's going to take the match on this one. But at breakpoint, they could go up 6 games to 5. Ivan getting pushed back to the corner. Dave's there to answer. Dave, now this is going to be Rafa taking it up to the baseline. Stretching is Ivan, and we see a pattern on the play here as Vicente gets in the action. And the one touch from Vicente is the one that matters. It gives him the game. We are 6 games to 5. Vicente and Ivan have taken the lead here. Second set on center court, already leading 1 set to love. It has been back and forth here in this second set. And right now, Vicente and Ivan have, at least for the moment, seized the momentum back. 6 games to 5. You're watching live action. The 2024 Maryland Beach Tennis Open live from Ocean City. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Back in action on center court. This is Ivan serving it up at 6-5, trying to close out the match. Serve is up. Arm return there by Rafa. Rafa now getting back into the action. Oh! And Ivan making a statement with a huge overhead smash to go up 15 love. They are 3 points away from advancing to the semifinals. The first of 2 BT50 events, International Tennis Federation sanctioned beach tennis tournaments. Ivan serving it up at 15 love. Backhand return there by Dave. Dave now taking it up high once again. Vicente's there to answer. Vicente, a little chop dropper down center, sends Dave into the sand. Back on his feet is Dave now getting in back on the action. A little cross angle over to Vicente. Ivan going in for the put away, but not this time as that one sails long. All. As the serve's up and in, return back in there by Rafa. Rafa on the forehand side, they're stepping in. Oh, and a beautiful feather lob over the head of Rafa. 30-15. The 12th game of this second set. It has been an exciting match here in set number 2. Ivan serving it up, return back in on the backhand side by Rafa. There's Vicente getting in on the action, but Rafa's with the quick hands is able to answer. Taking it up high, Ivan going in for the smash put away. Nicely executed. Little touch dropper. No, not this time. They tried to go chop drop down to Dave's feet, but that's not going to happen. Just a bit short, 30 all. So here we go at 30 all. Dave and Rafa 2 points away from forcing a tiebreaker. Ivan and Vicente 2 points away from advancing to the semis. As the serve is up, forehand return good. That one's out, and it's now a break opportunity at 30-40. So high drama here in the second set as Dave and Rafa will not go away. They are clawing their way. They've clawed their way back into the match. And they have a break opportunity here as Rafa's going to be serving at 30-40. This could send us to a tiebreaker. As the serve is up. Oh, not so fast as Yvonne brings the heat. It is game point, but it is also break point and game point for Dave and Rafa to send this to a tiebreak. Let's see what happens. As the serve is up, oh, I think that was going to go out, but Rafa saved it. Down up high is Dave's keeping the ball back in play. Switching in is Rafa, and there's Dave just going to keep the ball back in, not trying to take any risks here. Who's going to break first as this one goes high? Dave able to keep it back in play. Little touch dropper. Sickman keeping the ball back in. Going up high, challenging Yvonne on the high lob, but Yvonne's able to get to it. Sickman just able to keep the ball back in play. Nobody wants to make the mistake. It's out! The blue and Dave Four points as players will switch sides once again, and that's so tiebreak. The 2024 Maryland Beach Tennis Open underway here on a beautiful Friday in Ocean City. All right, here we back in action here on center court at 5-4. Vicente electing to go with the lob serve, trying to put the ball up into the sun, and it looks like he might have caught the sun himself there on that one. We are tied up at 5-all. Second set. First one to 7 wins this set. For Vicente and Yvonne, it could mean a trip to the semifinals. Dave Sigmund lets that one go. It's in. He thought it was going to land out, but it lands in, and that takes us to match point for Vicente and Yvonne. Dave and Rafa serving it up here at 4-6. They have a chance to, or sorry, 5-6. Has a chance to pull even here, serving it up. The serve is up. Backhand side return there by Yvonne. Locking into it is Vicente. That's out! It's 6-all, and you got to match keeps going. You've got to be kidding me. What a defensive effort. Dave and Rafa, when you thought they were out, they just keep coming back in. Ties it at 6-all. Second set tiebreaker. Serve is up, and the forehand side return there by Vicente. Yvonne locking into it. And it's inside the corner, and that's a big-time shot from Yvonne when it mattered. They take a 7-6 lead as the players will change sides. Second set. These teams, it's just the quarterfinals, folks. These teams are battling for a spot in the semis. Ivan and Vicente took that 6-2 lead in the first. They were just in control, and then all of a sudden, Dave and Rafa charged in the second set. They forced a tiebreaker. It's a 1-point lead for Vicente and Ivan. They're 1 point away from advancing to the semis, but the way this has gone, Rafa and Dave just keep fighting back. It's like we said before, folks. What happens when a raccoon sneaks into your kitchen and you corner it with the broom in the corner? There's nothing that it can do except claw and gnash its way forward. And that's kind of what Rafa and Dave are doing right now. So let's see if they can hold off another match point at 7, serving 6. Ivan putting it up. Serve is up. Backhand return there by Rafa. Locking in is Dave. Took it down the middle. Stepping in is Ivan. Ivan now, no, Vicente's going to lock in. Take it up high. Challenging Sickman there. Stretching over is Rafa. A little shallow dropper, but Rafa is able to get there and cover the court. Rafa backhand side. It's out. He clips it out over the boardwalk, and that's going to do it in the second set. Vicente and Ivan. They have pulled it out, and they will advance to the semifinals. What a battle. 6-2, 7-6 in the tie break. And for Rafa and Dave, at least for today, their tournament is over, but they put up a grand fight. But just not quite enough. Vicente and Ivan will advance to the semifinals. Reminder, folks, we will be playing all of the tournament today on this Friday. So we are just advancing along. Plenty of beach tennis left to play as we move into the semis, as we will eventually move into the finals a little bit later on today. So here we go. Stay tuned. Plenty of beach tennis left. I'm Alex Horner, the voice of beach tennis, bringing you live action here from the 2024 Maryland Beach Tennis Open, live from Ocean City.